Good to have you with us at this hour. I'm Daniel Che for Arirang News. But first of all, U.S. reacted easily by singling out North Korea as the usual suspect or the likely suspect behind a cyber attack. And then they went back on their word, saying it's too easy, too early to confirm that. And now U.S. is saying that North Korea should take responsibility for the recent cyber attack on Sony Pictures, which resulted in the cancellation of a hotly anticipated spoof or a parody movie of the North Korean regime scheduled to open on Christmas Day. Our Connie Kim starts us off with this report.
The United States says that North Korea is responsible for a recent cyber attack on Sony Pictures, backing the FBI's assessment of the case. U.S. National Security spokesman Mark Stroh said that Washington is confident Pyongyang is responsible for what he said was a destructive attack. Stroh added that if the North wants to help, the regime should admit their culpability and compensate Sony for the damages the attack has caused. North Korea has denied involvement in the cyber attack on Sony Pictures, which led the studio to cancel the release of The Interview, a comedy about an assassination plot on North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The North, which had previously proposed a joint investigation with the U.S., released its response Saturday through its state news agency.
If the U.S. refuses to accept our proposal for a joint investigation and continues to talk about some kind of response by dragging us into the case, it must remember there will be grave consequences.
President Barack Obama had vowed a U.S. response to the cyber attack during his year-end press conference on Friday, saying the regime could find itself even more isolated in the international community. A senior White House official told the Wall Street Journal the following day that relisting Pyongyang as a state sponsor of terrorism is one of the options Washington is reviewing. The Bush administration removed the North from the list in 2008 to bring about progress in denuclearization talks. And the U.S. is now asking for other countries for help in combating cyber attacks from North Korea. Washington is reported to have asked China to block Pyongyang's access to internet routers and servers within its borders, part of a move to put an end to the cyber attacks against companies in the United States. Connie Kim, Arirang News.
The U.S. is reportedly working with other countries, including Russia, to get things moving on the North Korea nuclear issue. An official from the State Department said Washington is persuading or pressuring its allies and Russia to mediate possible security threats posed by North Korea's nuclear and ballistic missile programs. Some experts say the State Department's comments reflect the U.S. hope that an upcoming possible summit between Russia and North Korea will focus on Pyongyang's nuclear and missile programs. Russia confirmed last week that President Vladimir Putin wants the North Korean leader to visit the Kremlin to mark the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff has warned that Seoul will respond firmly to any provocations from North Korea. Seoul's strong words on Sunday follows a threat by Pyongyang to attack the South if it lights up a Christmas tree-shaped tower near the inter-Korean border. The Joint Chiefs also called on the North to stop speaking ill of the South Korean leader following Pyongyang's comments that it views the lighting of the tree tower as a move by President Park Geun-hye to start a fight between the two Koreas. On Thursday, a local Christian group canceled plans to set up a tree tower near the border after Pyongyang threatened to hold the group responsible for the consequences of such actions. Meanwhile, Korea's presidential jet will be fitted with anti-missile gear by the year 2016 at the cost of some $27 million. According to a military official on Sunday, the presidential jet will be equipped with a missile approach warning system and a device designed to confuse a missile's infrared guidance system so that it misses its target. Korea's Arms Procurement Agency will soon take steps to select the manufacturer for the missile defense systems and will purchase the equipment under a government-to-government deal with the U.S. The jet will be on lease to the presidential office until 2020 under a contract renewed with Korean Air last October. And a hacker who previously leaked information about Korean nuclear reactors has posted more information about the facilities online. The information includes floor maps, operation manuals, and safety reports. The hacker is threatening to leak more information if the government does not shut down some of the reactors in Korea. This was the fourth such posting since December 15th. The state-run Korea Hydro and Nuclear Power Corporation says the leaked information is not related to core technologies and does not pose a threat to the reactor safety. The two main political parties are urging the government to conduct a probe into this particular incident. And the Korean government is seeking to bring about greater social cohesion. But to achieve its goal, it may first have to change the atmosphere within Korean politics. Our Kim Young-gil tells us more.
A majority of Koreans think political bickering is what incites social conflict, according to a new survey released Sunday by the Presidential Committee for National Cohesion. 54% of respondents said lawmakers are more focused on informing constituents about their party's platform and ideology than they are on legislative affairs. They said political standoffs only hinder the passage of urgent livelihood bills and thousands of other draft bills awaiting review in the National Assembly. The other factors they cited as contributing to social conflict were the gap between rich and poor at 43%, individualism at 35%, and overly sensational news coverage by the media at 32%. A majority of respondents, or 78%, said class is the biggest source of social conflict, followed by ideological conflicts, labor and management conflicts, and regional conflicts. The survey notes that despite the many conflicts embedded in Korean society, hard work will be rewarded, indicating that there are opportunities for those who make an effort. The committee said the survey, conducted with 2,000 respondents, was carried out in order to assess the state of lingering social problems in Korean society, so that plans for improving social cohesion could be devised. Kim Young-gil, Arirang News.
Outside of Korea, a gunman has fatally shot two New York police officers for no other reason than for being cops. They were sitting in their squad cars and then he killed himself. The shooter has been identified as 28-year-old Ismail Brinsley. According to New York Police Department Commissioner Bill Breton, Brinsley has been spreading anti-police comments online before the double shooting, apparently in anger because of a Staten Island grand jury decided not to indict an NYPD officer in the chokehold death of Eric Gardner. Brinsley also shot and seriously injured his former girlfriend in her home outside of Baltimore before traveling to New York. Russian President Vladimir Putin remains unshaken in the face of a recent currency crisis, conflict in Ukraine, and strong sanctions by the West. According to Itar Tass, the Russian leader said Saturday that no one has nor will succeed in isolating or intimidating Russia. Speaking at a gala marking the Day of Security Service Officers, Putin rallied his people, saying they must be ready to go through certain difficulties and to give an adequate answer to any threats to the sovereignty, stability, and unity of their society. This comes just days after Putin's annual year-end news conference on Thursday, in which he expressed confidence in the security of his position, even as Russia is grappling with the collapse of its currency. Researchers at the University of Hong Kong have found that while there are some links between quality of life and internet addiction, it's not enough to support the idea that accessibility promotes addiction. Dissatisfaction with daily life, air pollution, long commute, and low wages are some of the factors that can lead to internet addiction, regardless of accessibility. The researchers conclude 6% of people around the world are internet addicts. The prevalence was the highest in the Middle East at 10.9% and the lowest in Northern and Western Europe at 2.6%. The study is based on data from more than 89,000 individuals in 31 countries. Most people in Korea retire in their early 60s. That leaves them ample time to enjoy their golden years. But many struggle with ways to fill the day. The IT sector has opened up new opportunities for them, and companies are taking notice. Our Paul Yi has this story.
At the social venture firm, 68-year-old Kim Yoon-tae checks the video contents posted on websites and blogs one by one. Making use of his 35 years of experience as a teacher, he monitors and erases videos or photos that could have a negative impact on children and teens.
It's quite a fulfilling job. I feel rewarded to know that I am keeping the digital world safe for the young.
Over 300 older workers like Kim are in charge of filtering contents at the company. Portal site Naver, which entrusted them with the task, has been so satisfied with the results that they plan to increase the workforce to 500.
They are committed to their work and give their all. The work atmosphere is also great because they are all gratified by what they're doing, and their performance is outstanding.
With a pomegranate placed in the center of the table, this retiree is busy drawing a still life painting using his iPad. Jung Byung-gil, who retired after working for over 30 years at a bank, has become an iPad painter with the help of a community program that helps the elderly get back on their feet. Chung is now leading an active social life and even held his first ever iPad art exhibition.
This field is new for many of my age, but it is gaining attention. I am just happy to have found something to do in life.
The expansion of social networks and information and communications technology is helping retirees find new challenges so they can open a new and fulfilling chapter in their lives. Paul Yi, Arirang News.
Well, life starts at 60 for some. And now the weather expects sunny or snow-free conditions on Monday morning, but drivers and pedestrians do be extra careful out there as roads and pavements are expected to remain icy and slippery. On the bright side, it will get a little warmer, though still in the negatives, around -8 degrees Celsius in the capital. And now let's check out the weather conditions in your neck of the woods and around the world. And that's all from us for now. From all of us here at Arirang, thank you for watching. Do have a great start to your week.